Today, you must be wondering why the scenario is different. I am here in the city of Coimbatore for 4 5 days. So I am shooting out of my hotel room, and that's why you are seeing a different scene today. So let's see with how the improved scene look and how it improves my performance. I want to do the following. Hit the like button of this video. Press the subscribe button. It's not enough if you subscribe to this video. It's very important that you persuade your friends and relatives to do the same. Do not forget to turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, this video will not reach you. The Google algorithm does not mean that every video that is put out reaches all subscribers. The notification has to be turned on for it to reach you. Welcome back to Be Rich. Today I wanted to talk about CIBIL. Most of the middle class does not understand what is CIBIL. CIBIL basically is your credit score. Every time you borrow from a bank or borrow from an institution, then your record is automatically put into the credit bureaus. CIBIL in India is the most famous of the credit bureaus. Every PAN card has a credit score. These credit bureaus keep these records and give them to bankers and other lending institutions on demand. Even you can access your credit record by paying a small fee. Why are credit bureaus important? Credit bureaus give good guidance to banks and other lending institutions. If I am going to lend you money, I would like to know your past history. So, whatever history you tell me may be not correct because you might have taken some loans and closed out and you may not remember it. Well, data warehousing and data sciences have made sure it is possible to store every transaction you make. Therefore, every loan that you take and the payment track record is automatically updated with the credit bureaus. The moment when I want to borrow money, I immediately give my PAN card to the agent of the financier. He is able to decide whether he will give a loan in next 10 minutes or not. How does he do it? He uploads my PAN card. It goes back to his main server. The server accesses the CIBIL score. They look at my payment record. They see how many times have I borrowed and what is the total outstanding I have in the market and how much I have to pay and how is my repayment behavior. Once all these things are tabulated, within 10 minutes the computer is able to decide whether to give me a loan or not. The human intervention normally takes place only when there is an exception to be made. In 99% of the cases, there are no exceptions. That is why companies like Bajaj Finance are able to give out such loans. And because they are quick on the uptake and we are very greedy for consumer credit, they are able to charge usurious rates. And because you pay those usurious rates properly, Bajaj Finance is now trading at 10 times its book value. HDFC Bank is trading at 4.8 times book value. The CIBIL or the credit bureau scores play a very important role in this. Today, CIBIL has competition and there are other credit bureaus also available. But CIBIL remains India's oldest credit bureau and most popularly used by all people. So, whatever loan you take will be tracked. Even if you change your date of birth, they track by date of birth, they track by PAN card. Any fraud, sooner or later, will get caught. What has this meant? This has meant people who habitually don't repay or who have borrowed more than what they can afford are quickly weeded out. And only those who make payments properly are given more credit. This means improved credit behavior from the consumer because if there is no such threat, no consumer will pay. Then, if my credit is bad and a lending institution wants to take risk with me, then he charges me a higher rate. This is exactly what Bajaj is doing. Now, if you have a credit CIBIL bad score, does not mean you cannot improve it. So, I am going to talk about 6 simple steps that you can take to change your credit score. The first thing you should do is check your credit report regularly, at least once in 6 months. But don't check it every month because then it won't make any sense. So, an idea is to keep checking your credit report for 6 months. Because if there is any inaccuracies, you can immediately contest the inaccuracies, write to CIBIL and ask them to change it. Because somebody else's loan could quickly reflect on you. When such large data are being maintained, problems can occur. Second, if you keep credit card balances and you pay it in rotation, definitely your credit score is going to be affected. If you want good credit score, eliminate your credit card balance. That is, on due date, pay completely. If you pay your credit card balances on time and keep no outward, that means you are not hungry for credit. If somebody is not hungry for the costliest credit, that means he is liquid, and definitely the bankers will like such people. So, therefore, do not keep any credit card balances. If you lack the discipline, don't even consider taking your credit card. Once you see a dispute, immediately verify whether you have actually go to your bank, take out a statement, and see what is the actual picture. Once you have clearly understood and what is reflecting in the CIBIL score is completely different from what is actually in your bank, raise a dispute, submit the proof. They will write to the bank. You also need to take up this issue with your bank, asking them to resolve this. The entire process of resolving could take a month or two, but you have to keep pushing at it because at the end of the day, it's your credit score that is affected, and tomorrow you will pay the price. Most of us want to keep old debts out of the report. That is bad, and they will not do it for a long period of time. All you have to do is be very happy that the old debt reports are there. If you have properly paid off the old reports, it enhances your score. It means you are capable of borrowing and repaying. Suppose you have not borrowed at all for a long time, then you will not have a great credit score. To improve your credit score, you must have borrowed some time and repaid. Your vehicle loan, your home loan, all this will also act on your credit score. I am not sure whether this has happened, but there was talk of making sure that your telephone bills also will one day come into your credit scores so that telecom companies know whether you are paying your bill on time or not. And this will also help financial institutions to know your habits. 5. Always pay EMI on time. If you bounce your equated monthly installment, your credit score is going to suffer. So you always pay your EMI on time. For that, borrow much less than what you can afford. The more you borrow, the more you will get into trouble. So beg, borrow, steal. Pay your EMI. I am not talking of the current situation, which is a pandemic situation where Reserve Bank has given you time to restructure the loan. Even though the moratorium has been lifted, the problems are not sorted out. Retail is not yet functioning. Restaurants are not running at full tilt. And people who have taken loans to start these are seriously in trouble. So, this is a difficult time. This is a one in million situation. I am not talking of the current situation. In normal times, beg, borrow, steal, and pay your EMI. In this case, Reserve Bank has said that if you have paid everything properly till today, till the pandemic, you must be given a restructuring which allows you 2 years to repay these loans. Go for a restructuring. It will charge more interest, but it is worth it. There is no other way you can pay off these loans. Don't think that the government has powers to waive off these loans. Government has no money. Government is the biggest borrower among us and cannot afford to waive off your loans. Finally, sixth and the final point which I want to talk to you is about giving hints of risk. That is, don't give any chance for the credit bureau to think you are a bad risk. Two of the ways you can do is missing EMI payments and paying it together. Companies will be very happy if you bounce the check and pay by the end of the month. It means they get extra interest plus check bounce charges. A leading financial institution CEO told me he is very happy when checks are bounced and they collected at the end of the month because he gets 500 rupees check bounce charges plus 30% interest on overdue time. While he enjoys it, you are suffering because it means your credit score is affected. 5 or 6 times you do this, your credit score is completely damaged. Similarly, for no reason, don't stop paying less than what you normally do. The moment you stop paying less than what you normally do, then there is a flag of risk going up in the credit report. These are the small 6 things which you can do to improve your CIBIL score. Maintain your CIBIL score properly, otherwise, you will not get a loan tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. If you use Kindle, you can buy the book using the Kindle link given below. If you want a hard copy, send a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would get in touch with you. At the very end, if you want to get in touch with me, please send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. I am grateful for your support of Berich.